Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Now, yesterday, the Magi chapter came out. It is official. I think Alibaba should incur the words of the famous WWE wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. DTA. Anyone who's watched wrestling knows what that means. Don't trust anybody. That is the big MO at the end of this chapter. Don't trust anybody. More importantly, you don't trust Sinbad and you don't trust Cohen. That's what this chapter revealed. You don't trust Cohen because he wants to make you your bitch and force you to marry one of his sisters and make you his bitch. That's beside the point. And you don't trust Sinbad because he pretty much just said, you should do it. I'm an evil fuck. So, I'm going to say it right now. Regardless of what anyone has to say, this is what Alibaba should do. Bring out the old middle fingers and tell Cohen and Sinbad to stick it where the sun don't shine. I'm leaving. And he should just somehow, how he's going to do it, but somehow get into contact with Yunnan and tell her, or tell him, I said her, I'm sorry about that, to get Aladdin out of Sindria. We are leaving. Because we can't trust these sons of bitches. All they're thinking about is war. That's right. Sinbad and Cohen have only one thing on their mind. Take as much away from the other one. Take as much away from the other one. And you know what this is going to result in? War. War, war, war. That's my feelings. And this is going to be, I forgot what chapter this is. This is Magi chapter volume, Magi chapter review 211. I mean, this chapter was a whole mindfuck towards the end. Now, the reason I say war is because with Mu, that's right, Mu Alexius, finalists for the Ream Empire. He said it's plain as day to Morgiana. There's going to be war. She was shocked when he said that. It's like, in fact, you know where Alibaba should go? The Ream Empire. That's what should happen. Ream and Makastet. That's where they should go. Get away from Ko. Get away from Sinbad. Go there. Because these guys don't give a fuck. But let's get into the summary. Beginning part, he's talking to Morgiana Mu. You know, we see what's her face? You know, Orba and the other one saying that why is an important person, Alexis Mu, of the Ream Empire and Ko Empire's territory could be he's betraying the Seven Seas Alliance. And Morgiana's citing to him that you came here for a specific reason. What's the reason? And she tells him to sit down. He tells her to sit down, saying, you're kind. I came here to meet with Ren Cohen. And he says that Ream's in a difficult position because of Lady Sherzade dying. And he brings up the fact that we compare unfavorable with both the Seven Seas Alliance and the Ko Empire. But I don't want Ko and Sandria stealing Ream's power in front of my eyes. And, you know, Morgiana's like, oh, I thought you were allies with them. And he's like, it's not that simple. The Ream Empire and Makastet can't be ignored by the Seven Seas Alliance and the Ko. We also don't pose a threat to them. We are nothing more than a third power. Third power. And he goes on to say, this is the clincher, in such a situation when we completely rely on either Ko or Seven Seas Alliance, the biggest world war in history will begin. That is what I think. Heard it here first. Moo thinks, yeah, you better get your shit ready. Because there's going to be a war going on. A world war going on. That's the story. Like, for real. The rest of the chapter, I don't want to go too much in details, but he basically tells Morgiana the truth behind, and this kind of makes sense when I think about this. What he was telling Morgiana. He explains to her what is on the other side of the valley at the Finalis homeland. Give or take, he tells her pretty much that unlike her, he actually went to the other side of the valley. And her expression, Morgiana, when he told her this, she's like, that can't be. So he's basically saying that he's going to tell her the truth before the war breaks out. And he says that he ran, ignored Yunan's advice to not go there. And he ran instead to it, instead of leaving, going back from the camp. So he's running and everything, his skin peeled off his feet and all this other shit, and to the place where finally they're vanishing and everything else. And he says that on the verge of losing consciousness, something happened. And when I saw this, I thought to myself, okay. He says on the verge of dying, basically, his body felt light, and swelling up with power, and my 2 legs would not stop running. No, my four legs? Okay. And he then goes on to say, then I realized the skin of my body became like steel, and it had changed into a deep crimson red. I changed into a strange beast. Listen, this makes sense. As crazy as this sounds, this makes perfect sense. If you really think about the Finalis as what they do, how strong they are in this series, it makes perfect sense to suggest that, they turn into that when they go on the other side, that is. So he goes into details, the next page, a strange beast, and he's like saying that it felt right. That was my original form. And he says it was like I had chains and shackles all around my body, but then it was different. His whole body was overflowing with Magi, and then his mind went blank. My field of vision widened, and that's when I saw. And she's like, "What did you see?" The Finalis Homeland. And then I was like, "What the fuck?" You see what they really look like. And I'm like, they're beasts. No joking around. They're actual beasts. And it's kind of funny because if you really think about it, like a couple of chapters ago, this was a long time ago. This was when, after it happened, the Magastet thing, and Morgiana asked the Finalis who is with Sinbad, I forgot his name, unfortunately, about the whole household thing, that thing where they all transform and stuff. That she wanted to do it, and he told her no, because it completely changes you into a beast. So essentially, if she went down there, that's what happened to Morgiana. Turned into a beast. So essentially, they're not human. Wow. And guess what? We still have the ending of the chapter. Time's not over. Okay. So she finds this out, and basically Yunnan saying that, that's why I told you not to go there. Once you saw it, you wouldn't be able to return. That feeling and everything, because you know your true self. And basically what happened was Yunnan had to use magic to bring him back to his human form. Whoa! It's that serious. It's that serious. If Morgiana had gone to that other side, she would have never seen Aladdin and Alibaba again. That freaked me out. I was like, wow. So that's essentially what was done. We are not humans of this side, he says. And he's like, and then she's like, oh, as long as I don't cross, I'll be able to stay with them, to continue to live here together with them. And she's referencing Aladdin and Alibaba, obviously. And he says, he basically tells her, long and short of it, I'm staying here. Anyone who's heard this story, any of the finalists who've heard this story, 0 of them actually went across the valley. So they just said, fuck it, I'm staying here. They didn't go across the valley. So, and then he brings up the whole thing with Sherazade and how he lived with her and he inherited the blood of the first king she chose, Berenice Alexis. And it was a short flashback when, she was calling herself ugly and, having to do what she had to do with the, her body and everything. And he said that is not ugly. I will inherit them. Any mother, no matter human or animal, who protects her child who's desperately reeling against death is heroic and beautiful. You are the greatest hero we deserve, even if you die. And she says thank you to him, and pretty much that was really a short flashback. And then he says, "I will protect Reem Empire for sure." And then she brings up, "It is the same for me, Morgiana. There are 2 great heroes on this side." She's talking about Alibaba and Aladdin. I mean, come on. And she's like, I thought you were going to say that. But he then tells her this last thing. Be wary of the 7 Seas Alliance and Sinbad. We allied with them, but he is not a man who builds an equal relationship with other people that easily. And then we come to this great part. Kyokuku, Red and Kyokuku. And she's talking Alibaba. Yeah. By the way, P.S. King of Lightning. You support a villain. Good job. Hey, I'm not trying to trash King of Lightning, but hey, it's pretty much nailed about Sinbad. So we see Alibaba and Kyokuku, Gyoku, and he basically telling her, I spoke to Renko and he told me to cut my ties with Cinderia and marry the princess of the imperial family. It's like, and she's got googly eyes. Like Renegon shit going on. And I'm like, what's going on here? So she says, I understand, Alibaba, what you're saying. And he's like, the atmosphere around her changed. And he says, I'm not Princess Gyoku. About what you told me a while ago, you should do that, Alibaba. It's really good for Cinderia. Impossible. This can't be. And it's basically Sinbad. And he says, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing well, Alibaba? And it says on the bottom, Sinbad is speaking from Gyoku, a shocking revelation in the next issue. And she's got like the Renegon thing going on in her eyes. So I'm like, short story? Fuck Sinbad? Hey, I call it like I see it. And fuck Cohen. These guys they're attempting a world war. Moo said it in this chapter as plain as day. World war. You know what world war means? Yeah, that means you should leave like pronto and get the fuck out of the way. So Alibaba needs to get the fuck out of Balbad. He needs to go back to Cinderia, and he needs to get Aladdin out by any means necessary. But I know what people are going to say in the comment section. That's not going to happen. It's not going to go that way. Well, then he has to go with Ko then. Because let's see, what do you want? Become someone's bitch, or essentially be manipulated through an evil person, or worse, die. This chapter was really crazy. The thing with the finalies, if he were to marry, I have no idea. See, if that's their true form, I don't think. I wonder about it. Like, if he were to, with Morgiana, I wonder about it. Because if she's not human, but on this side, they don't look like that. When they go over the other side, they look like that. So, pretty crazy chapter. Listen, fuck Sinbad. I'm dead serious. He came out of the open. This was shown a couple of weeks ago. This was shown when Yunnan was talking to Aladdin right before they went to Balbad. At that point, everyone should have said yes. Fuck Sinbad. I know I'm going to get hate for this, but let's be honest here. This guy is bad news. Mew said it. It's bad news. Be wary of them. Beware of Sinbad. It's no good. So, and here's another thing. I don't think Cohen knows. That's the crazy part. He doesn't know that Sinbad just basically mind-fucked his... it's crazy. I have no idea what this means. I think it's more lines where he's controlling her mind through magic, Sinbad. I think so. I don't think it's like he took over her body and he's doing none of that shit. I think it's just... When I first saw that, by the way, I don't know. I thought that was the Magi bitch. That's who I thought that was. But then I realized it was Sinbad. So, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. War is coming. This is on some Game of Thrones shit. I'm telling you guys right now. This is World War? When someone says World War to you, you get the fuck out. Like, seriously. You need to get the fuck out. Alibaba needs to leave. He needs to join Mu. That's what you have to do. He has two choices. Go to Mu, along with Morgiana and Aladdin and his household users, or he joins Ko. Those are the only two choices. Those are the only two choices. So, I'm Balkan922. See you guys later. 5 out of 5. Holy shit. Holy shit. See ya.